What is the most important scientific discovery of the last 100 years? For many, the answer is right here, the double helix structure of DNA. It's the fundamental code of life itself. And this week, the man who co-discovered it, James Watson, passed away at the age of 97. His story isn't just one of brilliant triumph, it's perhaps the most stark example in modern science of a legacy split into a story of a mind that unlocked the secret of life, and then, with those same words, caused immense harm. In 1953, a 25-year-old James Watson, along with his partner Francis Crick and using critical data from Rosalind Franklin, finally pieced together the puzzle of life. They realized that DNA, the molecule that carries our hereditary information, was a double helix, a beautiful, twisted ladder where the rungs were made of paired chemical bases. The story goes that when the structure finally clicked into place, Watson exclaimed, "It's so beautiful," and he was right. It was elegant, simple, and it explained everything about how life copies itself. This wasn't just another discovery, it was a master key that unlocked the entire field of modern genetics. As Al Jazeera reports, Watson himself later wrote that he could not have anticipated the explosive impact of the double helix on science and society, and he wasn't exaggerating. This one discovery paved the way for everything from gene therapy and personalized medicine to DNA fingerprinting and criminology. It was, without a doubt, the discovery of the century, and it rightly earned them the Nobel Prize in 1962. It gave us the tools to read, understand, and even begin to edit the very source code of living things. But then, the story takes a dark and deeply troubling turn. The same man who dedicated his life to understanding the human code began to promote vile and profoundly unscientific ideas about human beings. In a 2007 interview, he stated that he was inherently gloomy about the prospect of Africa because he believed, based on no credible evidence, that intelligence tests showed black people were less intelligent than white people. The international outcry was immediate and severe. The scientific community, the very world he had helped build, recoiled in shock and disgust. His own institution, the prestigious Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, where he had worked for decades and served as a leader, stripped him of his administrative positions. They called his remarks reprehensible and, most damningly, unsupported by science. But Watson didn't recant. He didn't apologize or reflect. In fact, in a 2019 documentary, he confirmed that his views hadn't changed at all. That was the final straw. The lab severed all remaining ties with him completely, erasing his name from its School of Biological Sciences. So, how do we, as a community interested in science and technology, reconcile this? How do we separate the earth-shattering discovery from the deeply flawed discoverer? This is the core of the conflict, and it's a question we grapple with often when looking at historical figures. Science is a process of seeking objective truth, but it's a process conducted by human beings, with all their biases, their ego, and their personal flaws. Francis Collins, the former director of the National Institutes of Health, put it perfectly back in 2019. "I only wish that Jim S. views on society and humanity could have matched his brilliant scientific insights." Watson's later life serves as a critical cautionary tale. It reminds us that scientific brilliance in one area does not grant wisdom or authority in all others. And it forces us to remember the dark history of pseudoscience being used to justify racism and discrimination, a history that the real, validated science of genetics completely dismantles. The very field Watson helped create proves him wrong. Our DNA, the DNA of every human on this planet, is 99.9% identical. The differences that we see are superficial. James Watson's life leaves us with a complicated inheritance. We have the incredible gift of his work, the double helix, which continues to revolutionize biology and medicine and improve countless lives. And at the same time, we have the heavy burden of his words, which remind us that the pursuit of knowledge must always be paired with ethical responsibility and basic human humility. He helped us see the beautiful, universal code that connects all of humanity, yet he tragically failed to understand its most profound lesson, our shared commonality. What do you think? How should we remember the flawed giants of science? Let's have a respectful discussion in the comments below. If you want to explore more stories about the people and ideas shaping our world, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.